Alright, what's going on guys? So OMIGHTY back out again with your weekly Rust Skins videos, and this is the second week of the Halloween items, so we have got some pretty fresh looking stuff in here, and this video is obviously late if you are watching it this week, and that is because I've actually been at the hospital. Unfortunately, I smashed my big toe's bone into pieces, which was very fun. So I had surgery yesterday, and that is what I've actually been doing. Even though in my Discord I've just said that I've been busy, I've actually been at the hospital and I've also been getting surgery done. So that is why these videos are late, so sorry about that. Let's have a look at what we've got in the clothing department. We have the Rusteratu Hoodie and pants. I probably just butchered that name, but these are actually the only glowing hoodie and pants I can think of off the top of my head on the community market in general, but there is also a glowing hoodie, which is the Scud Punk hoodie, which is not marketable, it's only tradable. So I'm pretty sure these are the only glowing hoodie and pants on the community market. So $1.45 standard store price. They definitely are quite unique looking. And overall, I do think that they should be a pretty safe investment, even though they are pay to lose. They are glowing in the dark. Obviously, you're paying to lose, but $1.45, they are unique, they are standard store price. The odds are in your favor to be making some easy stonks, especially if you hold on to them for long terms. So selling them next year in October, $1.45, I think the hoodie and pants will be a safe investment for this week. And because they are also the only glowing hoodie and pants, at least that I can think of, on the community market, they should have a pretty cool and decent amount of demand. So for that reason, I will recommend investing in them, and I do think that they will be a good investment. Sorry if I sound a little bit out of it. I am currently on some pretty hard painkillers at the moment. But moving over to the Candy Hunter AR, this is not actually a glow-in-the-dark AK skin. It does look like it would be glow in the dark, but thankfully it's not. Overall, I actually really do like this AK skin, but as I always say for AK skins, everyone has their own AK in mind that they do have in their heart that they want to keep and want to have as their own. So usually that's going to be like an alien red or other Chad kind of AK skin like that. But overall, I do think the Candy Hunter AR is definitely a pretty cool looking skin. I'm glad that it doesn't glow in the dark. It is going for $2.90, which is standard store price for weapons and tools at the moment. And currently it is also pretty close to the bottom of the top sellers. So currently it's in 6th place, which is, in my opinion, a good spot for it. I'm pretty sure when I checked the other day when it came out, it was in the top 3. So obviously not a great spot for it to be at. It could be oversaturated. Just keep an eye on it throughout the week. If it does go up into the top 3 again, I'm going to say it's going to be a risky investment. If it doesn't, then I'm going to say overall the Candy Hunter AR should be a pretty safe investment for this week. $2.90. There are quite a lot of AK skins on the community market already though, so it's definitely not one of the main skins I would recommend investing in for this week. But if you do want to pick up a couple and just hold them for the year, then I do think that they can make you money as a long-term investment. Overall, as a short and medium-term investment though, I don't think that they're going to be the best investments for this week. Overall though, really well made skin, but I'm not going to recommend investing in it for this week unless you're planning on buying them as a long-term investment. We're moving over to the Little Nightmare Bone Club skin. So it's actually been not that long since we've had our last Bone Club skin. It was during the summer DLC event, and that was the Ice Cream Club. Going for 97 cents, by the way. There's 88 on the community market. Overall, for the Little Nightmare skin, it does look pretty cool. Definitely looks very edgy. But I do actually think that there's a problem that it does glow in the dark. So it is a pay to lose skin. And it is also a low tier skin. So you really can't pair those two together very well when it comes to getting fat demand. There's currently only 6 Bone Clubs on the community market, and 3 of them are below the $2.90. So your odds for making stonks for this Little Nightmare skin really aren't that high, although it definitely is a unique looking Bone Club skin, and it's not even on the top sellers page at all. So overall, as long as this doesn't get oversaturated, you're going to be fine, and I do think you will be able to make profits, especially if you hold on to it for a year. I don't think it's going to be a short-term investment. I don't think it's going to be a medium-term investment. I do think it will be a long-term investment, but I do see it making you money as long as it doesn't get oversaturated. If it gets oversaturated, I'd say anywhere from 80 plus on the community market, that is definitely not going to be a great thing. Also, it does depend on how it starts off throughout the week, whether it gets undercut by every single person and their dog, or if it does start around that $2.90 mark. So overall, for the Little Nightmare Bone Club. I do think it's definitely going to be a risky investment picking up some of these. So overall, I won't recommend investing in the Little Nightmare Bone Club unless you are planning on holding on to it until next October. Alrighty, moving over to the SAR from Hell. So this is unfortunately going for $5.75, which is way above center store price for weapons and tools. And overall, personally, I'm not actually a massive fan of the glow of it in the night time. I just don't like the ADS with that massive red bulge just glowing. Although everything in the From Hell set has performed very well. The only thing is the SAR is going for $5.75, which is actually above the cheapest From Hell item, which is the Garage Door From Hell, going for $4.90 on the community market. Now, bear in mind there is 227 of them on the community market. We'll just quickly check how many of the SARs there are. Currently it is third on the top sellers, so it's not in the bad spot. That is to be expected. You'd think it'd be number one, but it's probably not just because of that high price point. But overall, I do think that the SAR From Hell is going to be one of the riskiest From Hell investments of the set overall. I do think it's going to get oversaturated. I do think it's way too expensive on the Rusteratu store. And I do think that the demand isn't really going to be there just because it is pay to lose and it is a lot of glow, especially for it to not have a glowing iron sight, which is, it's fair enough that it doesn't have a glowing iron sight because Helk does consider that pay to win, so that is a little bit unfortunate for this entire glowing gun to then not have a glowing iron sight, but it's fair enough. So overall, I do think the SAR From Hell is going to be definitely a risky investment. So for that reason, I'm not going to recommend investing in it for this week, but it definitely does have potential to make profits just because a lot of people will want to finish their From Hell set, and it probably will also slightly increase all of the other From Hell items in the community market, which is definitely a plus for me because I'm pretty sure I own like all of them. But still, overall, I'm not going to recommend investing in the SAR From Hell for this week, again, unless you do want to hold on to it as a long-term investment. Right, moving over to our next item, we have the Ghostly Flame box, and where do I begin? You're probably thinking whoever made this has got a chiseled chin. The creator will be making so much money. Where's the next of kin? Assassinated before they become a kingpin. Swansper is eaten tonight, no longer thin, but OMIGHTY quit stalling. My question is it gonna stonk as hard as Big Grin? Overall, guys, no, I don't think it's gonna stonk as hard as Big Grin, but the Ghostly Flame box will stonk. I do think that it definitely has a really good potential. Another glowing large box skin. Pretty sure there is one or two below the $3.60 that this is currently at, but this has got a better glow. It looks better in my opinion, and it also has another item, a part of its set now, which is the Ghostly Flame Furnace, and that came out I think last year or the year before. And overall, these are going to look really, really nice together inside of a base. So overall, for the Ghostly Flame box, even though it is going for $3.60, which is above center store price, I still do think that this is going to make you some easy money. I do think that it's probably going to be a little bit more of a medium to long-term investment, but by Halloween time next year, this thing is probably going to be double in price at least. So I do think you're going to be making some pretty easy profits from the Ghostly Flame box for this week. So for that reason, I will recommend investing in the Ghostly Flame box for this week. Alrighty guys, moving over to the Halloween house door, going for $3.60, which is above center store price. I do think that that is actually quite expensive for a sheet metal door skin, but it does have a really nice glow on it, and it's definitely a very unique looking sheet metal door skin in my opinion. But there is a few sheet metal door skins that do glow that are below this price. So we've got the Meow Meow sheet metal door going for $1.43. We've got the gingerbread door for $1.86, and we've got Santa's front door for $3.22. So overall, I don't think that's actually a negative because those glowing doors have a lot less glow on them in comparison to the Halloween house door, which is most of the door that's actually glowing. But the only problem is it is going for $3.60 on the Rusteratu store, so that is going to make it a lot harder to flip in comparison to $2.15 or however much they usually are. So that is going to make it a little bit harder to flip, although the Halloween house door does look really cool. And I actually do think it's going to be very similar in popularity to the Halloween door, which is like the pumpkin faced glowing door skin, which is going for $7.47. But I would say there's probably going to be quite a few more of these on the community market in comparison. So there's 70 of the Halloween door on the community market, and I would say there's probably going to be about 100 of these Halloween house doors on the community market. So overall, that does make it a little bit more of a risky investment, but I do still think that as a long-term investment, it will make you money. It's going to spike during October when all the Halloween skins do. So overall, I'll still recommend picking it up. Halloween skins usually are pretty safe investments, and either way, just because it is mostly glowing, I do think that for that reason it's going to make it a lot easier to make profits off of this Halloween house door skin. So for that reason, I will recommend investing in it for this week. Right, moving over to the Jack-O-Lantern Furnace. So I actually appreciate this a lot more in-game in comparison to looking at these Rusteratu store pictures that I have to look at while I make the video. But I actually really like the wood at the bottom of the furnace instead of it being stone or whatever it usually is. I actually think that looks very unique, and overall, like, the whole furnace is supposed to look like wood instead of stone or ceramic. So I actually do think that's really cool, really unique for the Jack-O-Lantern Furnace. It's also going for $2.15, which is the standard store price. Now, personally, I don't think it matters that the skin glows or not, because there's so many glowing furnace skins. Every second furnace skin that gets added to the game is a glowing furnace skin. But overall, I do still think that the Jack-O-Lantern Furnace will be a safe investment, because there's only 2 pages out of the 8 that are actually below center store price, and at the moment it is pretty close to the bottom of the top sellers. So overall, I do think the Jack-O-Lantern Furnace will be a safe investment for this week. It's only going for $2.15. It might not make you the most amount of money, but it is a safe investment. So if you don't have that much money in your Steam wallet, I definitely recommend picking up some of these, just because these definitely should make you money. Even if it's only 30 cents or $1, I do think they will make you money. Overall, I do think these are going to be a safe investment for this week, so I will recommend investing in them for everyone for this week. Right, moving over to the next skin, we've got the Neon Pumpkin Garage Door. So we've had 2 Jack-O-Lantern themed garage doors in a row, this now being the 3rd for each Halloween. So this is going for $5.10, which is way more expensive than the standard store price. And overall, I actually think that it's pretty stupid that this is so expensive. I think that's going to make it a lot harder to be investing in. There is a few glowing garage door skins that are definitely below this price. In fact, even the garage door from hell is below this price. And so that's definitely going to make it a lot more risky to be investing in the Neon Pumpkin garage door, because I do think that most people are going to prefer the garage door from hell over this Neon Pumpkin garage door. Although the previous 2 Halloween garage door skins, right, I scratched what I just said, because for some reason I thought there was 2, but I can only find 1, which is the House of Horror, and it's going for $6.62 on the community market, which is its cheapest sell order. And as I said, the Neon Pumpkin garage door is going for $5.10. So I do think that the Neon Jack-O-Lantern does have a better looking glow than the House of Horror garage door, but I actually don't see the Neon Jack-O-Lantern being a safe investment just because it is $5.10. What I would recommend doing with the Neon Pumpkin garage door is placing a buy order on the community market and buying it from there. That's because currently it is the top seller, so it's most likely going to get oversaturated, and it's also probably going to get undercut throughout the first week. So I do think you can get one for a little bit cheaper than $5.10 and then just try and flip it after that. As I keep saying for all the skins, it is definitely going to go up in price at the start of October next year. So if you do buy it, what you could do is buy it during November, December when it's cheaper, then sell it at October, at the start of October next year when it is at its most expensive. So that is what my recommendation would be for the Neon Jack-O-Lantern garage door, instead of buying it off of the Rusteratu store. So for that reason, I will not recommend investing in the Neon Pumpkin garage door for this week. Right, moving over to the Pumpkin Jall double door. So this is going for $3.60, which is also above center store price, which seems to be a very popular theme happening this week. Good one, Helk. Overall, this sheet metal double door skin looks sick. And at the moment, there is actually only 2 pages of double door skins on the community market, and overall, they're actually all pretty expensive. So there is 7 below the $3.60 price point, but none of them glow. In fact, there is actually only 3 sheet metal double door skins that do glow, which is the Doors to a Fairy Tale, $8.13, which was the Christmas skin, the Jack sheet metal double door, which was last year's Halloween skin, which is actually what I was thinking about with the garage door, going for $12.83, and then the final one is the double door from hell, which is $31.51. So overall, I actually do think the Pumpkin Jall double door is going to be a very successful skin. Even though it's going for $3.60, I do think it is going to make you some easy stonks. Currently, I actually can't even see it on the top sellers page, and that's what's blowing my mind. So I do think this is going to be a really good investment for this week. So for that reason, and for the reason that I think it looks absolutely skits, I am going to recommend investing in the Pumpkin Jall double door for this week. Just quickly guys, if you do want to check out the face punch items, then watch my previous video because I go over them in that video instead of this one. I'm not going to go over them twice because there is just so many skins and it's going to make the video a lot longer. So moving over to the final skin of the week, we've got the Woodenstein wood storage box. So this is for a small wooden box, going for $2.15, which is the standard store price. Overall, I do think this is actually quite a unique looking wooden storage box, and it's not on the top sellers page at all. So I do think that it should be in a pretty safe spot when it comes to investing and oversaturation, because it is going for $2.15, which is the standard store price for deployables. I do think that is going to make it a lot easier to invest in, and it is also quite a meme looking wooden storage box, so I do think some people are going to like it. I do think some people aren't going to like it just because of the Happy Halloween written on the top of it, but I do still think the Woodenstein wooden storage box should be a safe investment for this week just because it is its standard store price. So for that reason, I will recommend investing in the Woodenstein wood storage box for this week. Alright guys, so this is my cart for this week. I'm getting one of everything. I'm getting 3 of the pumpkin Jall double doors, and I'm getting 3 of the ghostly flame boxes. This cart's going to cost me $49.05, so pretty expensive week actually, especially since I didn't buy any of the face punch items this week because I bought them all last week. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and remember, have a skids one.
Why? 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 Why?